Good morning, good morning. It is September 2nd, Labor Day. It's almost 11 o'clock and it's about 72 degrees. It's a gorgeous day. There's barely any humidity outside. It's great. I'm gonna wait for it to warm up a little bit until maybe around 77, I think is the high it's gonna get later today. And I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit warmer because I wanna go in when there's a little more foragers out and about. But I'm gonna go over what we're gonna do today. What are our goals? One, with Carol, we're gonna go queen hunting. And I'm not feeling overly confident about that, and I'll tell you why. They tell you when you're a new beekeeper to sort of sit outside your hives instead of like being gung-ho and ready to just go into the frames all the time, and to kind of sit outside your hives and check out your hives. What can you read from the outside of your hives? And I'll tell you, I went down there the other day and I was checking out the bees, and from Sharon's hive, I saw a lot of pollen come in, a ton of pollen, lots of pollen. From Miss Leah's hive, there's pollen coming in, but they're sort of like on a natural uptick of their colony right now since they're the split colony. But from Carol's hive, not seeing a ton of pollen coming in. What does that mean? When you don't see a ton of pollen coming in, that can tell you that they're not doing a ton of brood rearing. Clearly Sharon's got a lot of brood going on because they have a lot of mouths to feed, and they need pollen to feed those mouths. Not really seeing that in Carol's hive, so a little bit nervous about that. So not feeling really confident about that. I'll insert some videos so you can see what I'm talking about. But they tell you to try and sit outside your hives for at least 1 minute. See if you can count how many bees you see coming into your colony with pollen baskets filled. And I gotta say, I don't really think I saw any pollen, maybe one coming into Carol's hive, but not that many, so. If we go in today, we're doing inspections, and I don't see any evidence of a queen, and I don't see any evidence of a working laying worker, please, no. If we have a laying worker issues, I feel like that might be a doomed colony at this point. Evidence of laying workers is when you get you'll see multiple eggs in a cell. You'll also not see these eggs at the bottom of the cell. Worker bees' abdomens are not as long as queen bees' abdomens, and they can't reach the bottom of the cell to put the eggs in, so they'll sort of stick them to the side. And you'll see a ton of drone cells. They're bullet shaped, they're kind of domed at the top. They're not fertilized, so they can't make worker bees. They can only make drones, and you'll just get a lot of that, and that's especially bad. Especially bad for right now, because the weather's starting to get cooler, and they're gearing up for winter. They're trying to make winter brood. They're going to be kicking out those drones. Eviction notices are getting sent out, and you're going to see a ton of dead drones outside the hives because they are a drain on resources for the winter, and so the worker bees just don't need them, so they kick them out. So as long as I don't see laying worker evidence, and if I don't see evidence of a queen, then my best bet is because I'm running out of time here. I need them to be brood rearing for the winter. We're in September. This is crunch time now. They need to be building up stores and building up winter colonies, lots of it. So if I don't see any evidence of a queen, my best bet is I'm gonna steal another frame of eggs and brood from Sharon, who is my sweetheart colony. I love her. And with that brood pheromone in the colony, as long as there's no laying workers already, it should stave off the production of a laying worker being made, starting up, because that brood pheromone puts that smell in there. It sort of tricks the worker bees into thinking maybe there's a queen somewhere around here, and they're less likely to make themselves into a laying worker. So that's our goal for Carol. Sharon's hive I'm not worried about. Sharon's hive is thriving. They're just bursting. They're it's incredible. I really feel like I won the lottery with her. She is my sweetheart hive. She is just so darling. She doesn't even notice most of the time when I'm in. She doesn't get aggravated by smoke. She doesn't, she's just doing her thing. She's busy doing her thing. She ignores me completely. I love her. She's just so sweet. I do feel like wherever she came from when I collected her, I got lucky. Whether she was a survival colony from being feral, overwintering. They have that survival genetic trait of being able to overwinter. Whether she had that or I'm not really quite sure, but I don't know the genetics actually technically of any of my bees, but she is really good. And then I'm looking at them, that's why I keep looking that direction. And then Miss Lee is the old Carol, and if I know the old Carol, she is a egg-laying fiend. I don't see a ton of activity going on outside of her hive, but she's making a natural progression of building up. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about her. I see pollen coming in. I'm gonna go in and do inspections, and I think she's gonna be. I'm not worried about her. Now this is her second winter. I feel confident going into this winter with her, but next year, I guess I'm gonna have to consider what I want to do with her, because it's probably not too smart for me to go in to a third winter with her. But right now she's doing excellent. I'm not gonna think about that. I'm not gonna think about that right now. But she's doing excellent. Yeah, I had one other thing I was gonna say. I know I wanted to cover the fact that I'm dealing with European hornets hawking my colonies. It's terrible. They're down there maybe every 10-15 minutes. They're even hunting on my blooming bushes right now. Any plant that has a bloom, they're flying around them trying to hawk off and pick off my bees or any sort of flies or anything. But they're mostly down there by my colonies. And I'll insert a clip of that too, but they're just, I don't know what to do about them. So I put out traps in the spring to catch the queens, the emerging queens, thinking I would catch them before they started their colonies. And I had the solution that somebody recommended to me, and I did. I caught a bunch, probably more than 10 of them. And it was working fantastic, right? And I was thinking, yes, I caught queens, you know, I'll make it easier for my colonies, you know, as a new beekeeper this year. And then, the wind's picking up. Hopefully this is not going to camera off. Obviously I missed some, and they have found my colonies, and they're here hawking my bees off and just picking them off right outside. You know, it sucks. I'll insert a clip of that. But they are clearly not interested in the same traps that they were in the springtime. They're looking for protein, okay? Which is why they're picking off my bees. So, and funny enough, this is just a side observation here. I think they're specifically targeting Sharon's colony because Sharon's colony seems to be coming in with, like I said, a lot of resources. Lots of pollen baskets, probably filled honey crops, and I think they could have any old bees. But they're picking off Sharon's bees because they have a little oomph to them, you know, with that extra pollen and honey. I think they enjoy Sharon's extra little bit of yumminess to them. I don't know, but they seem to be targeting Sharon's hive. They'll go around to the other hives, but they seem to always just come back and pick off, if they can, from Sharon's colony, those jerks. But anyways, so if there's any fellow beekeepers who watch this channel who want to give me some suggestions, I did end up buying canned chicken and I added them to my traps, thinking it's protein, right? That was what was recommended to me. Like add a bacon strip, or add like tuna or cat food, and canned chicken was one of them. So I bought some canned chicken and I put it in a little tea steeper ball and stuck it inside my trap, and they could care less about it. So if you've got any other suggestions, I don't know, if you've got a trap that you recommend off of Amazon or something, like leave me a link. I would love that recommendation, please. But other than that, I think they're doing good. I'm worried about the hawking, obviously, because Carol's hive is trying to make a queen. What if they did make a queen with all those frames of eggs, and she was just like picked off on her way of doing orientation flights or coming in for mating flights? You know, like what if she was just picked off? We're at day 10 now. So with the frame of eggs that I did put in from Sharon's hive into Carol's hive, they did decide to make a queen out of one of those eggs. She won't be emerged yet. It's only day 10, but she should be a closed queen cell, so I'll know when I see it. But what if she emerges and she goes to do her orientation flights and she gets picked off? I didn't realize as a new beekeeper how big a deal this is going to be, but apparently in my area, in this wooded space, yes, it's a big deal. And every spring, this is a learning experience. I need to put out more traps, catch every single European hornet that I can. The other thing is, I'm a little nervous about inspections right now. In fall, technically, we're supposed to be in a dearth. Now, a true dearth, I would be really nervous about doing inspections, because when you have your colonies open when you're doing inspections, other bees can kind of smell that, either from your own colony or from a colony anywhere in the area. They find that, they'll come to your hive and they'll start robbing. It'll start a robbing frenzy. No bueno, not good. So I was a little bit nervous about that. But as it turns out, this is actually an excellent year to be a new beekeeper, and I'll tell you why. Do we like spotted lanternflies? No, because they're invasive and we don't like their honey, right? The bees are harvesting their honeydew, right? Apparently it tastes disgusting. However, that being said, they can use that honey for winter stores, right? Because the bees are actually going to utilize it, right? And because we're not in a true dearth, the bees still believe they're in a honey flow. They're less likely to rob each other, which is pretty cool. So instead of having that sort of locally, that that harsh learning curve about robbing, it's actually a pretty good year to start beekeeping, because while we should be in a dearth and there should be more robbing going on, most likely, there's not, because the bees still feel like there's a honey flow going on because they're harvesting honeydew. But it keeps them from robbing. So, kind of makes that learning curve more slanted. It's less of a curve, if you know what I mean. So honestly, all in all, this was a great year. I'm so glad I picked up beekeeping, and I'm so glad I picked up beekeeping this year. I think 2024 was a good year to start this. So there's a positive note for having spotted lanternflies. Just throwing that out there. It's not all bad. Anyways, I'm gonna get in there a little bit later. Thank you for tuning in, and Dad, I love you all the time, every day. All right, see you later. Okay, hopefully the mic is working. I am out here in the apiary, getting ready. This camera, I'm thankful for. It was gifted to me, but it's also a little on the older side, so it doesn't quite focus very well. I look so blown out. I don't know why, but it is what it is. It's the best I got. I have a lot of soot in the top of my smoker, and I just want to scrape out as much as I can so that so hot soot and coals don't kind of fly out and burn my bees. I'm going to start by relighting what I currently have in here, which should light pretty easy. And add stuff as we go. I really want to get rid of this stuff. I don't know if you can see this. This was given to me also with this smoker from somebody who quit beekeeping. And it's supposed to be smoker fuel, but to me, it looks like rat nesting. It looks like mice nesting, like, you know, like when mice like break into a garage or something and chew up your work rags or whatever that you have got, and I'm just trying to get rid of it. I hate the look of it. I would rather use more natural things like pine needles and stuff like that, but I gotta use this stuff up first. I heard bees react differently to different type of smoker fuels. And you know, Carol's always been very testy with smokers. And I've always mixed it in with some of this stuff as I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm almost out. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe she doesn't like this stuff, you know? I guess I'll find out when I run out and strictly use more natural stuff. I had a friend give me burlap for for my smoker. She swears by that. So untreated burlap. So hopefully, you know, that kind of stuff will help out, and maybe Carol won't hate it so much. Look at that. That's good smoke. That's good smoke. You know what? Maybe. Will I can shove it in there. Yeah, baby. Let's get rid of it. Woo! I don't like to waste stuff, so even if I don't like it, I'm gonna try and use it. And we're done. We're done with the rat's nest crappy stuff. Love that. Whatever this cotton fluff stuff is, I don't think it burns as long. I think it's supposed to burn as long, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Look at that. Love testing it. Look at that. Sorry. Why are smokers so much fun? I don't know. Alright, make sure this is off. I don't like leaving that on. And now we gear up. I just drank what amounts to probably 2-3 mugs worth of tea. It's either gonna hydrate me while I'm out here, or I'm gonna be in some trouble. Although, you know what the funny part about this suit? My husband thinks this is hilarious. This suit has a pocket in the back, which I guess if you really had to go to the bathroom really fast, you could just unzip it. But like, I don't know. How does that work? Gloves on and everything, or that'd be funny. I do like this part where the front unzippers. My other veil doesn't have that. I've already got hair tickling my face, so this one's gonna be fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bees, ladies and bees. There's not a ton of drones. I haven't actually seen many drones in any of my hives for a minute. I'm actually looking forward to going through this hive on my own, because I feel like I've gone through this hive with my group of people the last they're not messing with these Velcro. My group of people the last couple of times. Isn't my pen in that one? Oh, my pen's not even in that one. I don't know what I'm doing. And which is great. It's very helpful. I appreciate their knowledge, but I don't get to go at my own pace, so I don't get to like focus and like see as much as I would. If that makes sense. So I'm kind of excited to go at my own pace today. Let's take a look at the front, even though I already put the top down. Lots of bees underneath. There is a gap underneath there, so the ladies are not being smushed. They look like they're actually doing some washboarding stuff. And there's actually more ladies out on the front of Carol's hive than there is on the front of Sharon's hive. I'm not sure why that is, but they look calm. They look calm, which is good. Let's keep it that way. Alright, where did we last leave off? Where's the last point that we... Where's my tools? My dad gave me some nifty new tools here. I already have these. I told you that I already had these. But hopefully these might help me, I don't know, move some of the frames around, because he was noticing that they've just gotten really good at propolizing all the frames down. And it makes me almost feel better knowing that other people came into the hive and checked this out, and they also struggled with pulling up, the frames and stuff, because just knowing that I'm not the only one struggling with the propolis makes me feel a little bit better. There's some ladies on this side. They're not doing anything. They're not building anything. It is the middle of the day, so they're probably just trying to keep things a little bit cooler. I am going to do my normal kind of inspection deal, but I'm going to try and be fast, because I understand, like, you don't want to take too long. I don't want there to start like a robbing frenzy or anything. Not that, like I discussed in my intro, there should be, because man, if they're getting honeydew, look at that. Whew. This board is heavy. If they're getting honeydew, then it's almost as if there is a flow going on, so they shouldn't rob each other, to be honest with you. Lots of bees over there. Sorry about that, ladies. Sorry. Yup, my bad. My bad. Sorry. Alright, Dad. Look, I'm gonna try your tool. I'll tell you, I did get the follow board to separate just fine. I'm not trying to like scrape the ladies. This one has gaskets on the side, so it sort of scrapes against the sides a little bit. I don't want to smush anybody. Let me go get my frame holder here. Alright. They do look like they're working on this side, and I think we established that last time because whoop, dang. I'm trying to use your tool, Dad. Wow, look at that super fat freaking cone. That is insane. I'm gonna flip this because I want them to work more on this side. So I'm gonna flip that. Give me some space here. I'm pretty sure the queen frame is that we gave them was over there. So I'm gonna go work my way towards that. Also, some more fat comb. You can really see the oop, this one's capped on the side. I think I remember this side. They built this out a long time ago right here and just started doing that stuff. I think I remember this one. But on this side, you can really see, I don't know if you can tell, but the angle, like how these don't actually build their cells straight out. It's actually at an angle to keep, things from falling out. So even though it looks like they built it straight out, it's actually not. It's slightly upward. All right, I'm doing a little prayer. I'm praying to the Lord that I find evidence of the queen. All I'm finding is nectar. Nectar. Ton of nectar, the nectar. There's a couple of ladies at the top of the frame. They sort of popped up. Who are you? Why is there daylight over here? I don't know who you are. You don't have clearance. This is for clearance only on the side. Where's your badge? Not likely to see a queen on the top, but just in case. Come on, my lady. Alright, we've got cross combing going on. See all the ladies looking up. But if you look straight down, they've combed it together. And this is why I personally don't feel comfortable as a new beekeeper right now. going through my hive from another point. I will get there. I feel confident that one day I will get there, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, and this is why I see a queen cup. This is why I enjoy starting from one end and going, because I feel like it's on my level. It's on my level of what I can do right now. This was the most gentlest pull of cross combing I've ever done. It's still a little tacky. I still see some propolis, but there's a queen cup on the side. Not likely to be anything in it. Oh, it's heavy. It's very heavy. They've been socking a lot of honey here. Hoo-wee. Nectar, nectar, nectar. Lots of nectar. There is pollen. They did put pollen in here. French toast, that's a freaking egg. Shut your ever-loving face. There's an egg in this queen cup. There's an egg in this queen cup. Now, how did that happen? I'm not even joking, guys. There is clearly an egg. Clearly an egg. How? How? I don't see any other eggs anywhere on this frame. All nectar, but that is clearly an egg. My heart is racing right now. My heart is racing. Oh my god, breathe, Kelly. Breathe. Oh my gosh. Is there a way? Hold on. Let me see if I can videotape this for you guys. Sometimes I think as a new beekeeper, I'm not taken seriously when I say I see something. So like I need like video evidence that I'm not crazy, that I actually am seeing what I'm seeing. Like that little white thing sticking up right there, that is an egg. There's an egg in there. It's charged. What does that mean? I'm not crazy. There is an egg on this. How did that happen? So like I said, they're not tending to it. It is an egg, so it hasn't hatched yet. But either there's a queen that just like walked down this way and laid the egg, or I mean, it was 10 days. Yeah, like eggs are, do the bee math. Eggs are 3 days, up to 3 days. Oh my gosh, is it possible I just had a freaking late queen? Like, David was right. David was probably right, because David's a freaking genius. He's a bee genius. Bro, like, I'm so crazy. Okay, so this is, I got a lot of ladies starting to check me. A lot of ladies at the top of these frames checking IDs. Doing good job, guard bead stuff. Dad, your idea for this frame, this tool, great idea, as always. I should listen to my dad. I'm freaking out right now. I can't breathe, Kelly. I'm so excited. Come on, ladies, come on. Move out of the way. Move out of the way, move out of the way. This is all capped honey. Honey everywhere. Honey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful capped honey. Can you see that? Beautiful capped honey. Beautiful capped honey on this side. Why would there be an egg all the way down there? When I tell you, I'm freaking out. bees, how smart they are, but also they never cease to surprise you, you know? They always be throwing you some curveballs, you know? Oh my gosh. Oh, how would that happen? I'm still like, huh? Hold on, let me put a tool on. The breeze is picking up. I don't want my pillowcase to. I'm almost there. The queen frame that we put in is right here, so I'm getting closer to where that frame that we put a bunch of eggs in from Sharon's hive. So we're getting there, and I want to get to at least that space. Hold on, let me. Oh, these ladies are caring for each other, feeding. Uh-oh. I'm seeing some things I'm not really excited about. I can't tell if the bees are just getting like, you know, Carol's hive is usually spicy, or if I gotta be mindful of robbing. This frame is heavy, on the heavier side. Just honey and pollen, honey and pollen, honey and pollen. There's a couple of empty cells. Try and catch the light, but there's not. The sun is behind. It's nice working the shade until you can't see it. I'm gonna take this over in the light. I can't tell if there's eggs in here. I do see some nice polished cells in between. Like, there are some polished cells. Like, there's nectar, and it is like a brood pattern. And even though they have filled a lot of it with nectar, there are some polished cells. Like, they look like they're keeping it open. My gloves are still sticky. There's another queen cup. This one is just a cup. Just a cup on this one. I'm still not seeing eggs. I mean, I see that one egg. I'm not crazy, right? Like, I'm not crazy. That was an egg. I'm not going to be second guessing myself. I'll have video evidence of it and still be second guessing myself. Did I actually see what I saw? Okay, calm down, Kelly. Calm down. Alright, let me see if I can get underneath here. It wants to take up two at a time. I'd really rather not, but it looks like we might be. I keep trying to put that thing down gently, and it's not going down gently. Okay, we're doing two at a time. They have propolized it together. The bees honestly look great, and I feel like they are acting a little bit calmer than the last time we were in here. Here's my queen. Here's my queen. The frame that we put in with eggs. So I'm getting closer to that point. The ladies are checking my hive tool out. They don't like it. I'm trying not to squish them when I turn it, but they are pretty much. I think I've kind of reached their time limit that they have. They're like, we have a time limit, and we don't want you in there after that. Okay. Excuse me, ladies. Don't see any young bees. I mean, surprisingly, there is a lot of pollen in here. You know, there's a lot of. Oh, my husband just pulled up. There's a lot of pollen socked in. Beep beep. Hello, the love of my life. Socked in with the nectar, and there's only a smattering, just a small smattering of polished cells, like cells that could be potentially used. The ladies are getting feisty here. Alright, it looks like this was a new frame that we placed in for them to work on. Come on, come on, come on. It's okay, ladies. It's okay. I know, I'm trying to be fast. I'm checking on your health. I'm checking on your health. Yeah, this one is... I wouldn't come over here, love. You're gonna get stung. Because I'm in their space right now. This one is one that they're building on. Nice, pretty, new comb being built. So they have enough resources to build comb. No queen. I found a queen cup and it looks to me, I haven't found any other eggs in anywhere else, but it looks to me like there was an egg in it. So, and it's all the way down here. And I'm just like, how did, like, if they don't have a queen, how did that happen? Unless there's like laying workers, but I don't know I don't know how a laying worker would lay in a queen cell, which is deeper than a regular cell, and it's nice and neat, and there was one egg at the end, you know? You see how they're pinging my tool? I'm telling you, you better be careful. You're gonna get stung and they're gonna aim right for your face. You're crazy. No way I'd be down here if I were you. This is the frame that we put in from Sharon's hive. This is the frame. All right. Love you. Come on, baby. Good news, good news, good news. It is a lot of bees. There's still some workers emerging. Not all the cells have opened. I don't see. Ooh, wait. There's a queen cup. Queen cell. It's charged. It's charged. There's actually several of them. There's several of them. Don't do it. Happy dance. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, calm down. There is a drone cell right there. Oh my gosh. Like, that's all I need to know. I'm closing the shnikes back up right now. Look at that beautiful queen cup right there. Look at that beautiful queen cup. Oh my gosh. I'm not supposed to turn it over. They're tending to it, so there's a lady on it. You see that? The lady that's on. See how they're on it and they're going into the cell? Now, I can't see in it because they're over there messing with it, but that kind of leads me to believe that, oh, there's a queen cell up here capped. I'm so excited. Look at that beautiful queen cap cell. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Because they're going, yep, there's a larva in there. I don't want to turn it too much because you're not supposed to actually mess with developing queen cells. You know, you could possibly jostle the royal jelly they're being fed, and then they could drown. We don't want that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But here's the thing. All right, I'm not liking what I'm seeing there. I'm closing this up. I saw what I needed to see. There's just seems to be like a lot of activity, and just in case there's like robbing initiated or whatever, I'm gonna close it up ASAP. Did they, there's been people who say that bees will sometimes pick up eggs and move them, but that's never actually been proven. I don't think anybody has actually ever proven that. Come on, ladies. Oh, there's so much ash coming out of this. I don't want to spray my here. Light puffs. Light puffs. Light puffs. I just want you to get out from in between so I can close you up, ladies. We're closing it up. I synced what I needed to sync, and that's all I need to know. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. I definitely see some bees fighting. It could be just some cranky ladies. They're like, hey, why are you causing such a Hufflepuff? So, calm it down. You're being too much activity there. It could be that. But just in case it's robber activity, let's get these ladies properly sealed up. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how excited. Okay, those were pretty large. I didn't take a photo. I didn't take a video. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Okay. Those were pretty large. They were actually filling the edge of the, like the larva was probably, let's see, they get capped around day 9. The larva that was in there was anywhere from probably 6, 7, or 8 days old. That one with the almost capped queen, that one was probably 8. They'll probably finish capping that tonight. The one that was capped is clearly newly capped. Come on, lady, squeeze your butt. So if we do B math and let's see, queens emerge at day 16. We've only got a few more days left, and I really need to figure out this hawking situation because I don't want my queen to be doing orientation flights and getting caught up by a freaking hornet. Harpunza? What's the Greek word for rapture, for being snatched up? Something like that. But not in a good way. I don't want them to get eaten by hornets. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Oh, the ladies are figuring it out. They're figuring it out. I got some smart ladies here, okay? They're gonna be fine. They'll be just fine. Oh my gosh. It probably wasn't robbing. It was probably just like them getting irritated that like because they're guarding something precious to them, like they're trying to get a queen. This is important to them, and they were probably just annoyed. That could be what I saw. Not so much robbing, but more so being defensive. But regardless, I am not here to irritate them. I saw what I needed to see. We're closing up shop, letting them do their thing. I'll figure out the absolute PMAF later, and when I calculate that, we'll go back in and hopefully we see some eggs, some actual eggs being laid. All right, very cool. I don't know how long that took. Did that take 30 minutes? 20 minutes? I don't feel like it took us that long. Am I getting faster? Am I improving? Oh my gosh. Am I learning things? It's amazing. All right, listen. We're gonna close up shop here, and we're gonna head to let's do Sharon's. Let's just go in a rainbow. I caught a hornet. I caught one, bro. Hold on. Yes, you jerk faces and a half. I caught you. And a bunch of Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that big sucker up in there. Haha. And a couple of what are those called? Yellow jackets. They're in there. But I'm concerned about this jerk face. Can you see it? Can't tell from the reflection. I caught one. Yay! And that's what the simple solution. This one doesn't even have the meat in it. Isn't that weird? It's so weird. Okay, let's close up shop, Kelly. Let's get it done. Come on. Beekeeping is fun, and it is supposed to be fun, okay? You want to be enjoying the beekeeping, right? Hi, lady. Hello. However, it's very exciting. You know what I mean? And whew, um, when we didn't see eggs during the Con Ed group that I was hosting here last time, I hate to admit this, but I got a lady flying in my face. I hate to admit this, but like it literally made me feel nauseous. It made me feel sick because I've had a very blessed year, I feel like, with beekeeping. Everything has just run very smoothly so far, and I fully expect I fully know that I'm gonna end up running into like hardships here or there. And I thought, this is it. This is my hardship. This is what I'm gonna have to deal with. Like I'm going into I'm gonna go into winter with a queenless colony, which I mean is fine because it's kind of like I just took Carol's hive and just did Miss Lee. I already thought I was gonna go into a winter with 2 colonies, and I was kind of excited to go into winter with 3 colonies. But if I wasn't, it's not a big deal. Like because I thought I was already going with 2. I expected 2. So I just shuffled them, if that makes sense. But I thought I thought this was gonna be it. It really made me sick. So oh, there's another hornet. Look at that jerk face. So the fact that they have fixed it, they have come to a solution here. Listen, I feel like I can breathe. This nauseousness is leaving my body. The anxiousness. All right, let's do Sharon's hive. Ready? Let's go.